And good morning, YouTube. Today I've come to a small village in Somerset called Wrington, and look who I've got with me. Hello. This is Darren from Somerset Man Walking.
How are you guys?
He's got a really good channel. He's quite new, so give him some support, folks, if you can. And he's just going to show me around his little village, which has got some lovely little old buildings.
Yeah, lots of history down here, Martin. Just looking over there at the old bakehouse, and there used to be a mill in round the back of the bakehouse. Used to make the dough.
Yeah.
Send the dough down through the chute. They used to bake the bread in the bakehouse and sell it in the shop next door. And that's only just, just scratching the surface of it, really. There is an old video on the village website.
Yeah.
That shows the delivery trucks coming out.
Wow.
And how they made the dough and everything. Yeah. So yeah, really interesting. A lot of history here, mate. It used to be a pub years ago.
Yeah.
At Mother Hen Cafe. You can see if you look up where the light's sticking out, you can see where they used to hang the board up there. So that was a pub. It was called the Bell Inn.
Yeah.
And then it changed to a garage called Richards's Garage. They used to have a shop there that used to sell everything. Ain't being funny, mate. If you went in there for a watch battery, you come out with a wheelbarrow, a push bike, and everything else, So that was what that was. And now it's, as you can see, it's Mother Hen now. Lovely little gift shop and a coffee shop. Building just here, mate.
Yeah.
This is now a wealth management shop, but this used to be the grocery shop, and that was the main shop window there, as you can see. But on the right there used to be a back room at Christmas. They used to have literally Christmas in chocolate. It was just fascinating. Loads and loads of work. And then as we move up through, we've got the boot shop there on the right hand side. So that was back when you had a proper cobbler, where they, you took your shoes in and you used to repair shoes. I mean, nowadays you buy them, don't you, and you throw them away.
That's right, yeah, you do.
But this was the old boot shop. They were called Millards. So yeah, now it's I don't really know what it is now. Just sort of somebody's house, I think.
Yeah, still got a plaque there saying the boot shop.
Yeah, and they always put some sort of display on. So depending on the time of year, there's always a nice display in the window. So yeah,
it's good, isn't it? Is it bees or wasps, do you think?
I think they're bees. Both,
well, wasps get a bad deal. I don't see many wasps about.
No. I think it's more bees because the bees are more helpful.
And wasps sting, don't they?
Wasps sting you for no reason.
Apparently,
and they keep going in your cider.
Apparently.
Go across to the building I never go into.
What's this?
So we'll pop across to the building I never go into.
Oh.
All these little knitted things. They're everywhere.
Santa and Frosty the Snowman. So what have we got here then, Dar?
Well, this is the Golden Lion. Of course, I never come in here. But the Golden Lion has got quite a bit of history, really. So obviously you've got the post office behind it, which obviously you'll capture in a minute, won't you? You've got the Golden Lion there.
Yeah. And he is golden. Yeah,
absolutely. And so the building was an old inn, and it was called the Golden Lion Hotel at one point.
Yeah.
It does date back, sort of 1600s. So the post office is by the side of it, but the whole building used to be the hotel. So obviously now it's just a pub.
Yeah.
And then you've got the post office behind it, and then there's flats behind that. But like I say, at one point it was a whole building, so it was a big building. So for a small village, that was before the airport, obviously.
Yeah. So when was the airport built?
The airport, that was built for basically, I think, First and Second World War.
So originally.
But that's quite interesting because obviously it's a massive airport now, isn't it?
It is grown,
Bristol
isn't it?
International is huge. They want they want more up there.
Yeah.
But apparently after the Second World War, they used to race cars up there.
Really?
Yeah, there was a racetrack up there. So you used to take all their old cars, sort of how hot rods started and all that, over here.
Yeah.
And obviously it's an American thing.
It's been more a bit bigger than America.
Yeah. Before, and then obviously then it became Lowellsgate Airport.
That's right, it was called Lowellsgate.
So it was all like local flights, and then they started to go, obviously venture abroad in, and it's grown and grown. It's massive now. I'm quite surprised because we've been walking around. I haven't heard a plane take off.
No, that's true.
So it's very.
Because even where we live in East Bristol, do get quite a lot of
Do get
planes.
a lot
you
of
know.
planes,
You can
yeah.
see them getting ready, approaching.
I mean, on a Sunday morning, they are going out every 30 seconds. It's so busy.
It can be busy.
But I'm quite surprised. What are we on now? Monday? I get confused. 'Cause
Yeah, I've
Christmas.
lost track
It's
of what
Monday
days
today,
it is.
yeah. So I'm surprised it's very quiet. Obviously Wednesdays are busy as well out there. But,
Right.
But yeah, the pub is an amazing pub. Doesn't do food. It's a proper ale pub basically.
Yeah.
And it's owned by the Whitmore Company. So out your way, I think Whitmore.
Whitmore, north of Bristol. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it's a Whitmore pub now. It was a free house before then. Actually, it still says traditional free house out there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I guess it was too busy too expensive just to paint over that, was it? I don't know. Well, there you go. No,
Right.
so yeah, it's a really nice pub, nice friendly atmosphere. It's more of a sports pub now.
Yeah.
Cross Cottage, that's one of the oldest. That's an Airbnb as well, that place.
Lovely building.
Yeah, that's 1640, something like that, I think.
Wow.
That used to be Lloyd's, and that used to be National Westminster.
2 banks.
2 banks.
Wow.
Yeah, and on the end there, when you went inside, the lower level, the ground floor was a dentist, and upstairs was a place called Bagley's Barbers. Mm-hmm. And I used to go in there and get my ear snipped quite regularly, because the guy was blind as a bat. He used to sit down in the chair. Honestly, you'd come out and you'd have like bits of tape and that stuck your ear. And he always had the same haircut. So all us young'uns around the village looked the same, because we all had the same haircut. That's true. Bagley's, he's long gone now.
Brilliant.
Bless him. But yeah. So there's, I mean, you can tell the village is, there was so much business in the village, but now
It's changed, isn't it?
it's changed so much. I mean, obviously we've got online shopping and that now, haven't we?
That's the thing.
You can't get a haircut online, can you? So there is a really good barber's down there, Jack's. I go to him, but as you can tell, I don't go very often.
Oh no, I got this completely. That's it. That's it. Trying to get this bloody. Is it recording? Let's just check. Yeah, it is recording.
Yeah, so this one, mate, is now obviously the pharmacy.
Yeah.
But it used to be. Can you remember the chain of shops called VG?
Oh my God, we have one
so
by
it was
us.
a VG. We always used to call it
Lifeline.
the very good, but it wasn't very good really.
Yeah.
And you used to go in there. That used to be the storeroom, that sort of garage bit. You used to go in there, and it always smelt of tea. Like it didn't matter.
Yeah.
They sold everything, didn't they, VG?
Yeah, that's
but it
right.
always smelt of tea, and I never worked out why it smelled of tea, but it did. But yeah, just remember going in there as a small boy.
Yeah, we had one by us because our family never had a car. I was the only one who could drive, and that was in the sort of mid-80s. So before then, that was our local shop, and they used to hand out little flyers. And one time, how old was we? 10, 11, and we had the job of doing it, and we dumped them all down the lane. We got caught.
Yeah.
We delivered some of them, then dumped the rest.
I had a daughter that had a
didn't get
paper
paid.
round, and she used to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And people started to complain that they weren't getting their papers, and she literally used to go and grab the big bag of papers and then dump them in the bin.
I think we dumped them in our stream, a little local stream.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but someone found. So I think someone spotted them and phoned them up and told them we went to get paid. They said no. So we lost the job. We didn't do it very long, but it was quite laborious going in and out of people's gardens. It was a lot of hard work for. And of course, they paid kids not that much money those days to do
like
something.
slave labour, wasn't it?
Yeah, because if they'd paid an adult, they would have paid them more money. But we were only kids, so they give us like his pence really. This was in like the early 70s, something like this, It was good fun. Yeah,
I always
remember
remember it smelling like tea, and I had no idea why. I've no idea.
It smells can be quite a strong thing. Like sometimes, if I smell Lifebuoy soap, it reminds me when I used to visit my nan. Because you always had that red block of soap.
Yeah.
It was church bells.
Yeah.
And is that a cuckoo or an owl? No, cuckoo.
Cuckoo. Yeah, so the Memorial Hall, mate, this
Yeah.
was donated by, you know, the Wills Group, or the Wills family,
Yeah.
the tobacconists. It was donated by Sir Henry Wills for the parishioners of Wrington in memory of the people that died in the First World War, sorry.
Yeah.
So the building was, it was 100 years old in March. The stone over there, you can see, that says 1923, but that was like the foundation stone.
Yeah.
But by the time it was opened, it was nearly a year later.
Right.
So actually opened in 2020. Sorry, hark at me, 1924.
100 years out.
So yeah. It's a fascinating building, steeped in history.
Yeah.
Like the heating in there is like the old hospital radiators.
Yeah.
Because it was, I mean, you can tell by the brick, it was all built out of, you know, sort of reused stuff in basically stuff like that. But it's used every day of the week for everything from karate, badminton, WI groups.
Yeah.
They have two big drama group shows here. They put on these amazing shows. They're very, very clever shows what they do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, donated by the Wills family.
Wow. Right, I was just going to get some what's called noddy shots. So I
have no idea what a noddy shot.
I'll tell you in a minute. So we're now stood on what looks like an old train track. So what is it, Darren?
Yeah, it's part of the old Wrington Vale Light Railway, which basically ran from Yatton.
Yeah.
It was a branch line off the Cheddar Valley line. So now the Strawberry line.
Yeah, yeah.
And it used to branch off at Congsbury. So the trains would have come obviously through, you know, into Yatton, down to Congsbury, and then branch off.
Yeah.
So Congsbury was only like a basic station, but when they built the Wrington Vale Light Railway, what we're stood on now, became Congsbury Junction.
Yeah.
Because obviously they added a track. It would have come then through Congsbury, through a place called Iwood, through Wrington. Wrington was quite a big station. They had coal, etc. And then it would have come this way out, across Langford Common, through Burrington.
Yeah.
Through a little place called Bourne, and ran itself up into Blagdon.
Yeah.
And its main purpose, Bristol Water pumped quite a lot of money into it. Its main purpose was for construction materials for Blagdon Lake, or Blagdon Reservoir, but everybody calls it a lake.
Yeah.
But technically it's a reservoir, obviously, because it's man-made.
Yeah.
And then it fed the beam engines with coal, and the 4 big beam engines that used to pump the water around the surrounding area. Wow. And the last train to leave Wrington, it never ran up there for a good few years, but the last train to leave Wrington was 1964.
Wow.
So, and effectively that ties in, if you think, when the Cheddar Valley line shut down as well.
Yeah.
So
there is some footage on YouTube actually of the last few trains of the Strawberry line.
Yeah,
it's fascinating.
Again, if you look on the Wrington website, there's a piece of very archived footage of the last train reversing out and disappearing, you know, down across towards Congsbury, out of the station down there. It's fascinating.
It's amazing. It's so
I can
overgrown.
remember the tracks being there, Martin, you know, as a young lad. And I'm still really interested in it. And obviously my dad was born in Burrington Station House, and all his family they were called the Railway Children. Oh, you know, so
love that film.
Yeah, so there you go. That's about as much as I can tell you about it, really.
It's so overgrown. It's so easily missed, isn't it? Really.
It's such a shame. And
it's a shame.
I mean, people live in Wrington now. They don't know this is here. They don't no clue. Which you can't blame them because, like you say, it's so overgrown.
It's a shame it couldn't be restored as like a footpath, because the path that we used to play, the railway track we used to play on as kids that had been dismantled was the one from Bristol to Bath, which goes from Mangotsfield Station, which is now part of the Bristol to Bath cycleway. So it's fully open again as a cycle path. But this one, it's completely.
So I was chatting to the local landowner on the other side of the village, and I've done a video on that myself. He let me go out on that railway line. It is private out there, and like he said, you know, he can remember as kids jumping on the tender. It was like boiling up. And they used to let them ride into the station, and then they run back out and get the next one, you know, and that type of thing. So really
different
interesting.
Now, Health and safety now wouldn't allow that.
No, they wouldn't allow it now, would they? Christ, you know, not allowed to do anything.
Well, no, you'd be wrapped in bubble wrap for everything.
Yeah, exactly. But they going back to that, what you were saying about making it a walkway. I got sidetracked then, but so he said they didn't want it, and all the landowners basically between Congsbury and here and beyond, I think, didn't want it.
Right.
So even though, as we know it affectionately known as the Strawberry Line, now is a cycle path and a walkway, it's great, isn't it, as well?
Yeah.
This one never became a footpath, and it is such a shame, because when you look around your surroundings, it would have been lovely, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You know, to
because this part is elevated. I don't know if it all is, but because you're slightly elevated, this part would have been quite good.
Yeah, I mean, further on, it does go into a cut-in.
Right. Okay.
Especially when it goes up in towards Blagden, because you're in the valley there. But yeah, it's pretty much, this is about the only sort of real raised section, and that was basically from Congsbury through to Langford Common, and then it was relatively flat, and then it went into a cutting, and it went up through the valley. It's basically a collaboration. His is going to be a lot better than mine, because he has been, well, I've been showing him around the village, so there's a lot of footage of me babbling away. And there's the old railway bridge just there with the mill stream going down. Carry on board with
it. Okay then, so we're going to wrap the video up, I think.
Yeah.
And you've got your films, go, so it's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from him.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys. All the best from Somerset Man Walking and
Martin Poe.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. That come out right, wasn't it?
Yeah.